The Channel Mom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
Brought to you by Earth Balance, a natural food brand that makes a mom's life more delicious. Earth Balance produces a tasty line of buttery spreads, nut butters, soy milk, mayo, and more, allowing you and your family to enjoy your favorite foods healthfully and allergy-free. It's all at earthbalancernatural.com.
I think just about everybody begins to start thinking about how they're going to eat over the holidays and then their upcoming diet for the new year. Well, we're going to try to help you with that whole process. First, maybe to help you not gain weight over the holidays. But second, if you do, we're going to tell you about a unique weight loss program that's going to blow your mind because it's just a very different approach. And I love Julie's approach to this. So, of course, today we have Julie Hammerstein, certified nutritionist, author of Fat is Not a Four-Letter Word. And she's here for our Healthy Mom, Happy Family segment.
Every good mom wants her children to be healthy, but mom needs to be healthy too. That's why Channel Mom is here to help with Healthy Mom, Happy Family, featuring health-boosting advice from certified nutritionist Julie Hammerstein. Brought to you by delicious and mom-friendly Earth Balance.
Welcome to the show, Julie. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you, Jenny. Great to be here. Sorry I can't be in the studio with you, but it's great to hear your voice.
Thank you. Likewise. So tell us, first of all, just for those moms listening with bated breath, and actually probably a lot of guys out there today too, are there certain tricks? I mean, because everybody's going to want to eat something. They're going to want to, have some pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and they're going to want to have, they're probably still eating Halloween candy, and they're probably going to want to have some of those treats over Christmas. They don't want to just sort of be, I'm on a diet, for the entire time. How can they approach the upcoming season with joy and be able to enjoy their, what do you call them, woe foods, without going crazy and gaining 10 pounds?
Well, I think the first thing to do, Jenny, is to remember that, it's about now that everybody starts to live into their old familiar story of, here we go again. I'm eating too much candy. I've got the candy hangover from Halloween, and now, I'm sure I'm going to pig out at Thanksgiving, and oh gosh, I've got all those holiday parties, and it's just like, it's almost like you just kind of naturally fall into the mindset of, here we go again. I'm going to feel terrible on New Year's Day. And so I'm just encourage everybody to stop right there and decide right now that you don't have to think that way. Like, just stop that kind of thinking right now and imagine what it would look like if, in fact, you had some control and some discernment between now and the end of the year. And here is what that can look like. And it can be super easy because no one is going to, quote-unquote, diet over the holidays. There might be people who pay more attention.
Yeah.
And, wow, what if that were you? What if you just paid more attention? And because setting yourself up for, I'm not going to do that this year. I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm not going to do that. Unless you have full-out conviction that that is what you want to do, don't even try it on. And I have a lot of people who do that over the holidays. But really, here's what you can do just to pay more attention.
Okay.
First thing is be conscientious about what you say yes and no to around your parties and your events. Because if you are going to a party every single night during the week, right there you're setting yourself up to overindulge. Because it's really hard to say no when you're in the throes of the event and there's all this great food and you've got offerings of alcohol and desserts and all those things. It's really hard to say no. So what if you were to just say yes to less parties, So rather than saying, no, I'm not going to party, just say yes to less.
So just spread them out sort of on the dining room table. Of course, half of them are in your email, but spread them out at least in your head and say, we're picking these 3. I mean, do it with your spouse or whatever.
Right. You don't have to go to every single event. You don't have to say yes to all those things. Now, the other, and so think of the time that you can have in the space of self-care, going to bed early, maybe doing more reading, spending more time with your family. Like, create your holiday season the way that feels best to you.
And I want to interject something, Julie. What occurs to me is that moms are not only going to parties for adults, they're going to kid parties too.
Right.
And that adds up as well. And so one of the favorite things that I like to do is bring a can of seltzer water with me, because seltzer just fills you up and it can be flavored. And then I'm not as hungry when I get to somebody's house if I'm drinking seltzer water. Yeah. And so that's just a little tip I have, because moms are not only dealing with adult parties, but kid parties too.
They are. You're right. Kid parties. And here's what I do. Like the other day, this is a perfect example. I went to a birthday party. And, it is not uncommon to see people walking into meetings, to walking into parties, to walking into the school with a coffee in their hand.
Yeah.
And so why not I made some tea and put it in my little tea carrier and brought that with me to a birthday party. And so I sipped on that the whole time, and fortunately they had some healthy options there. But, if you're going to walk in with the coffee or the tea and don't feel like you have to indulge in the sodas or the lemonade or the alcohol or whatever it is that might be at that party.
Right. Choose your drink before you go, and then you have something.
Before you go, exactly. And I guess if you're not in the space to say no to all those parties, then here's how you can empower yourself when you're there, is that decide out of those parties how many of those you're truly going to indulge. You really are going to gift yourself with the ability to say yes to the desserts and to have that great glass of wine and maybe to have your favorite pumpkin pie that your aunt makes. Like, say yes to those things as savored experiences that you have tradition around or memory around or that you wait all year for.
Right.
Say no to the things that are like a blip on the screen, that even if you woke up the next day, you wouldn't even remember whether or not you tasted it. It's those random things on the buffet table that you don't really need.
Yeah.
It's that third glass of wine that, you're going to regret.
Yeah.
Like, just start to be in the celebration, but know that it doesn't have to be like, hey, it's the holidays, I'm going to go all out like I normally do. Instead, say yes to less.
Say yes to less. I love it. Remember that, everybody. Say yes to less. When you go to those parties, Julie, tell people what they can healthfully pick. I sometimes think people think they just have to eat the celery all evening, and they can actually pick some healthy proteins and so on. So tell us about that.
Yeah, go find the big, wonderful thing of smoked salmon, and find those beautiful cheeses that aren't just the string cheese that you eat for your daily snack.
Yeah.
Really look for those wonderful, the shrimp and even the chicken skewers and those wonderful good sources of protein, and then load up on the hummus and the veggies and the fruit plate and even if there's whole grains, things like that, or the little roasted potatoes. Like, really look at not fried. If you can look for the grilled or the poached or the steamed or those types of preparations for food.
Yeah.
Fill up on those. Those are going to be wonderful, healthy foods. And then allow yourself, one savored dessert. And if they come in bite sizes, maybe pick 3. But really look at those things that, gosh, if you walked away from that, you're just going to think about it for the rest of the night.
Sure. I
really enjoy it.
I have a friend that allows herself a treat of a tablespoon of peanut butter because it fills her up and immediately she has that protein going in, and then she's not as hungry, half an hour later when she goes to a party. She's a personal trainer. She does that. And I know that you and I are both proponents of the Earth Balance coconut and peanut spread. It's like dessert. So that's something they could do, that they automatically get some protein in their system, so they're more full, but yet it's been very satisfying because it's yummy.
Right. And do it beforehand. Like before I go out, I eat an apple, and sometimes I'll put that the peanut butter with the coconut on it because it's sweet, a little bit of savory.
Yeah.
But if I eat an apple, it is so filling. Apples have a ton of fiber. They fill you up. So I even do just a little bit of apple and peanut butter before I go to a party, so that, 1, if the food isn't served for a while, I'm not starving, and 2, I just make better choices because I'm not coming from a place where I'm already hungry.
I love it. Now, let's get to what you're going to try to offer you are offering in the new year to people as a completely different approach to losing some weight. Yeah. You really don't want it to be this painful thing that people dread, that they get on that roller coaster because it was so miserable. They go back to their old habits. It's called The Source for Weight Loss. Why don't you throw out 1 or 2 pointers from it that can show people just how different it is and why you're excited about it?
Well, the difference with The Source for Weight Loss is it's not a food-focused program, meaning there's no quote-unquote diet attached to it. Now, because I'm a nutrition expert, I'm going to give people the fundamental truths around nutrition. If you do this, this is what will happen. This is how things will shift in your body. This is how you will learn how to burn fat. This is how you will retrain your brain to crave healthy food. So there is nutritional information, and there's there are tips for how to be successful in your exercise. But the difference is that this program is rooted solidly in personal growth. It's getting connected to yourself. Because when you are connected to yourself, you are less likely to be influenced by what society thinks is right for you, by what your family or your partners or what your comparisons feel are right for you around your weight and your body image and your food choices. So this system gives you 12 life areas, things like balance and fulfillment and purpose and relationship and adventure and spirituality and faith, which is really not about religion, it's about relationship.
Right.
And it's all about how do you get more connected with yourself so that you can make choices around food and exercise that come from your heart versus coming from a place of deficiency or coming from a place of deprivation or coming from a place of feeling broken. It empowers you to make healthy choices so that you can do that for the rest of your life, not just for, a time when you're dieting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know that people need the brain change. It can't just be a body thing. And I know that you have a little slogan that is what? Little change, big impact, right?
Small change, big impact.
Small change, big impact. And everybody can start with that small change, big impact philosophy that you have. One last quick thing, and then we got to go. You wanted to reference people to some websites, both your website and then a website for healthy recipes.
Yeah, so here's a great thing that you can do over the holidays. We love the MadeJustRight.com website, so you can find some great healthy recipes there over the holidays. So, like I said, empower yourself now. Start making healthy choices now so that you don't feel like you got way behind on January 1st. And if you do feel, and here's the great thing, the Source for Weight Loss is for even people who want a healthier relationship to food. It doesn't always have to be about weight loss. It could be just some of the things that you talk about, Jenny. Like, I just want to have a better relationship with food. I want to, get out of my head when I'm making my choices and come more from my heart. So,
Yeah.
Yes, you will find weight loss in this program. You will also find more education, more information, and more empowerment around your health choices.
Okay, 10 seconds. Source for Weight Loss. How do they find you?
So they can go to mysourceforweightloss.com. And I also encourage you to join us on our Facebook page. And that is just facebook.com/The Source for Weight Loss.
Wonderful.
And we have great tips and daily inspiration on our Facebook page.
Fabulous, Julie. We so appreciate you being with us for Healthy Mom, Happy Family. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. Take care, Jules.
You too. Have a wonderful day.
All right, bye-bye.
Jenny.